Imagine one fall could change your life forever. A single stumble, and suddenly, your independence slips away. For my neighbor, that's exactly what happened. He was active, loved morning walks, until one day, at 70, his legs gave out. A fall led to a hospital stay, weeks of recovery, and a life he barely recognized. Have you noticed your legs feeling heavier lately? Maybe climbing stairs tires you out, or standing from a chair feels like a chore. What if that's not just getting older, but a silent threat stealing your strength? Here's the startling truth. Your legs weaken first. According to the CDC, 1 in 3 people over 65 falls each year, and 20% face serious injuries, like broken hips. It's not age, it's muscle atrophy, a gradual loss that starts in your legs, creeping up without warning. But here's the good news. You can fight back, right from your kitchen. I used to think exercise was the only answer, until I saw my neighbor regain his strength. Not with weights, but with food. Today, I'm sharing 7 powerful foods that can rebuild your leg muscles, boost your mobility, and keep you active for years to come. These aren't fancy superfoods you can't find. You might have one in your pantry right now, but you're probably not eating it the right way. Stick with me, because by the end, you'll have a simple plan to strengthen your legs in just 7 days. Before we dive in, hit that like button if you want to stay strong and independent. And comment below. Have you noticed your legs weakening lately? Let's get started and take the first step to stronger legs together. You might have this superfood in your pantry, but are you eating it wrong? Let's talk about sweet potatoes, the endurance fuel your legs are craving. I used to think they were just a side dish for Thanksgiving, but there's so much more. Picture this. A friend of my mom, 68 years old, used to tire out climbing stairs to her apartment. Her legs felt heavy, and she'd get cramps at night that kept her awake. Then she started eating sweet potatoes 3 times a week for breakfast. Within a month, she told me her legs felt lighter, the cramps were gone, and she could climb those stairs without stopping. Here's why sweet potatoes are a game changer. As we age, our muscles lose their ability to store energy efficiently. Simple tasks like carrying groceries or walking to the mailbox can leave you exhausted. Sweet potatoes are packed with complex carbohydrates. Think of them as slow-burning fuel. Unlike white bread or sugary cereal that spikes your blood sugar and crashes you by noon, sweet potatoes release energy steadily. This keeps your legs powered up all day, so you're not dragging by mid-afternoon. But it's not just about energy. Sweet potatoes are loaded with vitamin A, an antioxidant that repairs tiny tears in your muscles from daily movement. When you were younger, your body fixed these tears easily, but now it needs extra help. According to a 2020 study, 1 medium sweet potato provides 400 milligrams of potassium, enough to cut leg cramps by 30%. Potassium keeps your muscles responsive, so you can step confidently without wobbling. And here's the kicker. Sweet potatoes fight inflammation, that silent enemy making your legs stiff and sore. Their beta-carotene tames oxidative stress, keeping your joints flexible and your muscles strong. Plus, the fiber in sweet potatoes support your gut, ensuring your body absorbs the nutrients it needs to rebuild muscle. Now, here's a mistake I see all the time. Frying sweet potatoes or drowning them in sugar. That cancels out their benefits and leaves you sluggish. The lesson: bake or roast them to keep their power intact. Try this. Slice a sweet potato, toss it with olive oil and rosemary, and bake for 20 minutes. Eat about 100 to 150 grams a day. That's 1 small potato. If you have diabetes, pair it with protein like eggs to keep your blood sugar steady. Sweet potatoes aren't just food. They're fuel for stronger, pain-free legs. What's another simple grain that could keep your energy steady and your muscles happy? Stick around, because up next, we're diving into oats, a breakfast staple that's anything but boring. Think oats are just a boring breakfast. This simple grain could be the secret to keeping your legs energized all day. I used to skip oats, thinking they were too plain, until I learned how they power up your muscles. Let me tell you about a distant relative of mine, 72 years old, who'd get worn out just walking to the grocery store. His legs felt heavy, and by lunchtime, he was ready for a nap. Then he swapped his sugary cereal for a bowl of oats every morning. After a few weeks, He shared that he could walk twice as far without feeling drained, and his legs felt stronger than they had in years. Here's why oats are a must for your legs. As we age, our muscles crave steady energy to keep going. You know that mid-afternoon slump when your legs feel like lead? That's often from foods like white toast or sweetened cereal that spike your blood sugar and crash you fast. Oats, with their low glycemic index, release energy slowly, like a steady stream of fuel. This means your legs stay powered for hours, whether you're gardening or chasing grandkids. But oats do more than fight fatigue. They're packed with plant-based protein, which repairs muscle fibers that weaken with age. Without enough protein, your legs lose strength, making it harder to stand or climb stairs. Oats also deliver iron, which carries oxygen to your muscles. If you've ever felt lightheaded or your legs tire quickly, low iron might be the culprit. And here's a big one, magnesium. A 2019 study found that 50 grams of oats a day provides 20% of your magnesium needs, cutting leg cramps by up to 25%. Magnesium keeps your muscles relaxed, so you're not waking up with that painful tightness in your calves. Plus, zinc in oats boosts your immune system, helping your muscles recover faster. Here's a common mistake: grabbing instant oats loaded with sugar or artificial flavors. Those can make you sluggish and cancel out the benefits. The lesson: stick to whole, rolled oats for maximum power. Try this. Mix 50 grams of oats, about half a cup, with milk and a handful of berries for a breakfast that fuels your legs. If you're gluten sensitive, look for certified gluten-free oats at stores like Walmart. Oats are your ticket to steady energy and stronger legs, and they're so easy to add to your day. What if a creamy fruit could take your leg strength even further by fighting pain and stiffness? Stay with me, because next, we're diving into avocados, a superfood that's anything but trendy. This creamy fruit does more than taste good. It could save your joints. Let's dive into avocados, a true powerhouse for keeping your legs pain-free and strong. I used to think avocados were just a trendy toast topping, but they've become a staple in my kitchen for a reason. Picture a friend of my dad, 65 years old, who'd wince every morning from stiff, achy joints. Getting out of bed felt like a battle, and long walks were out of the question. Then he started adding half an avocado to his lunch salad every day. After a few weeks, he shared that his joints felt looser, the pain was fading, and he could walk 30 minutes without that heavy feeling in his legs. Here's why avocados are so powerful for your legs. As we age, inflammation creeps in, making your joints stiff and your muscles sore. That dull ache after a day of errands? That's inflammation at work, silently weakening your legs. Avocados are packed with monounsaturated fats, healthy fats that actively fight inflammation, unlike the harmful fats in margarine or fried foods. These fats keep your joints flexible and your muscles relaxed, so you move with ease. But that's not all. Avocados are loaded with potassium, more than a banana. A 2021 study found that half an avocado delivers 250 milligrams of potassium, which supports muscle contractions and cuts leg cramps by 15%. If your legs ever feel tight or cramp up at night, low potassium might be to blame. Avocados also provide vitamin E, an antioxidant that protects your muscles from daily wear and tear. Think of it as a shield, keeping your legs strong and ready for action. Plus, their heart-healthy fats boost blood flow, ensuring your muscles get the oxygen they need to stay energized, not sluggish. Here's a mistake I see too often: eating too much avocado because it's so tasty, or skipping it altogether thinking it's too expensive. The lesson: a little goes a long way, and you can make it budget-friendly. Try this. Mash half an avocado onto whole grain toast, or toss it into a salad with greens and tomatoes. Half a fruit a day is plenty, about 160 calories, so it's great even if you're watching your weight. To save money, check out frozen avocados at stores like Costco. They're just as nutritious and often 20% cheaper. Avocados are your secret weapon for legs that move smoothly and feel great. What if a handful of tiny fruits could shield your muscles even more? Stick around, because next we're exploring berries, nature's antioxidant superstars. These tiny fruits pack a punch. Could they keep you moving pain-free? Let's talk about berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, the antioxidant shield your muscles need. I used to think berries were just a sweet treat, but they've become my go-to for keeping my legs strong and flexible. Imagine my neighbor, 70 years old, who struggled with stiff joints that made getting up from her garden chair a chore. Every step felt heavy, and she'd wince from nagging knee pain. Then she started adding a handful of berries to her morning yogurt. After a month, she told me her joints felt smoother, the pain was fading, and she could tend her garden for an hour without stopping. Here's why berries are a must for your legs. Every day, your muscles face an invisible enemy called oxidative stress. It's like rust, slowly weakening your muscles and joints, making every move harder. Berries are bursting with antioxidants, especially anthocyanins in blueberries, which neutralize this damage. A 2019 study showed that eating 150 grams of berries a day, about a cup, can reduce muscle inflammation by 20% in people over 60. This means less stiffness, stronger legs, and a lower risk of falls. But that's not all. Berries are rich in anti-inflammatory compounds that soothe achy joints. If you've ever felt like your knees are grinding or your legs just won't move right, inflammation could be the culprit. Raspberries, with their high fiber, also support your gut, helping your body absorb nutrients to rebuild muscle. And here's a big one, vitamin C. Strawberries are loaded with it, fueling collagen production for your tendons and joints. As we age, collagen fades, leaving joints creaky and muscles less firm. Berries help bring back that spring in your step. Here's a common mistake: thinking only fresh berries count or adding sugar to smoothies, which spikes your blood sugar. The lesson: eat them fresh, frozen, or unsweetened to keep their power intact. Try this. Toss a cup of mixed berries into plain yogurt, or blend them with a banana for a quick smoothie. Frozen berries, found at stores like Walmart, are just as nutritious and often 30% cheaper. Aim for 150 grams a day. That's a small bowl, and make it a habit. Berries are nature's way of keeping your muscles protected and your joints happy. What if a single food could rebuild your leg strength and ease pain at the same time? Stay with me, because next, we're diving into salmon, the protein king your legs will love. This fish could keep you climbing stairs for years. Want to know why? Let's dive into salmon, the protein king that rebuilds your legs from the inside out. I used to think salmon was just a fancy dinner option, but it's become my go-to for keeping my muscles strong and pain-free. Picture a friend of my mom, 67 years old, who'd get winded just climbing a flight of stairs. Her legs felt weak, and she'd avoid outings because she was scared of tripping. Then she started eating salmon twice a week for dinner. After a month, she shared that she could climb 3 flights without catching her breath, and her legs felt steady for the first time in years. Here's why salmon is a superstar for your legs. After 60, your muscles start losing mass, a process called sarcopenia. Without enough protein, simple tasks like getting out of a chair become a struggle. Salmon is packed with high-quality protein. 100 grams, about a small fillet, delivers 20 grams of protein to repair and rebuild your leg muscles. A 2020 study showed this level of protein can boost muscle strength by 15% in seniors when eaten regularly. Stronger muscles mean better balance and fewer falls. But salmon does more than build muscle. It's loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, which act like oil for your joints, reducing inflammation that causes stiffness and pain. If you've ever felt your legs ache after a short walk, omega-3s can help. They also improve blood flow, ensuring your muscles get the oxygen they need to stay energized. Plus, salmon's B vitamins, like B12, support nerve function, keeping your legs responsive so you can move confidently without stumbling. Here's a common mistake: thinking salmon is too expensive or worrying about mercury and skipping fish altogether. The lesson: you don't need pricey fillets, and safe choices make all the difference. Try this. Grill or bake a 100-gram salmon fillet, or use canned salmon in a salad for a budget-friendly option. Aim for 2 to 3 servings a week. If salmon's out of reach, sardines or mackerel are great substitutes, packed with omega-3s and often 40% cheaper. To stay safe, choose wild-caught or sustainably farmed salmon from stores like Costco to minimize mercury risks. Salmon is your ticket to stronger, steadier legs that keep you moving with ease. What if a common breakfast food could boost your muscles and balance even more? Stick around, because next, we're cracking open the power of eggs, a small food with big results. This cheap superfood outperforms meat for leg strength. Guess what it is? Let's talk about lentils, the budget-friendly muscle builder your legs will thank you for. I used to overlook lentils, thinking they were just soup filler, but they've become a powerhouse in my meals for keeping my muscles strong. Picture a friend of my dad, 69 years old, who noticed his legs getting weaker every year. Walking to the park left him exhausted, and he couldn't keep up with his daily routine. Then he started adding lentils to his soups and salads 3 times a week. After a few weeks, he shared that he could walk 5 kilometers without feeling drained, and his legs felt firmer, like they did a decade ago. Here's why lentils are a game changer for your legs. After 60, your muscles need protein to stay strong, but meat can be pricey and heavy on the stomach. Lentils are plant-based protein superstar, 100 grams, about half a cup, packs 9 grams of protein to rebuild your leg muscles. A 2022 study found that eating lentils daily can increase muscle strength by 10% in seniors after just 8 weeks. Stronger muscles mean you can climb stairs or carry groceries without wobbling. But lentils do more than build muscle. They're loaded with fiber, which keeps your gut healthy, so your body absorbs nutrients better. This fuels your legs for longer walks or busy days. Lentils also deliver iron, which carries oxygen to your muscles. If your legs tire quickly or feel heavy, low iron might be holding you back. Plus, folate in lentils supports energy production, so you're not just strong, you're energized to stay active. Here's a common mistake: cooking lentils without soaking them, which can cause bloating, or thinking only meat builds muscle. The lesson: soak lentils for a couple of hours and embrace them as a cheap, powerful protein source. Try this. Cook 100 grams of lentils into a hearty soup with carrots and spinach, or toss them into a salad with olive oil. Aim for 3 servings a week, and buy them in bulk at stores like Walmart. They're often 50% cheaper than meat. Lentils are proof you don't need an expensive diet to keep your legs strong and ready for action. How can you put all 7 of these foods together to transform your legs in just a week? Stick with me, because next, I'm sharing a simple 7-day plan to make it happen. Want stronger legs in just 7 days? I'm about to share a simple plan to transform your legs using the 7 foods we've covered, plus a little movement to seal the deal. I've seen this work wonders, and I know it can for you too. Let's talk about my neighbor, 73 years old, who used to struggle just walking to her mailbox. Her legs felt shaky, and she was terrified of falling. Then she followed a plan like the one I'm sharing today, combining these foods with easy exercises. After 1 month, she was walking 5 kilometers a day, smiling and full of energy, like she'd turned back the clock. Here's your 7-day plan to stronger legs, starting right now. We've covered 7 powerful foods: sweet potatoes for endurance, oats for steady energy, avocados to fight inflammation, berries to shield your muscles, salmon for protein, eggs for all-around strength, and lentils for budget-friendly muscle building. Together, they fuel your muscles, reduce pain, and keep you moving confidently. A 2020 study showed that combining nutrition like this with light exercise can boost leg strength by 20% in just 4 weeks. Let's make it easy with a sample day of meals. For breakfast, try half a cup of oats mixed with a cup of berries and 1 boiled egg. It's a powerhouse combo of protein, antioxidants, and steady energy. For lunch, whip up a salad with a small can of salmon, half an avocado, and a handful of lentils. Think muscle repair and inflammation relief. For dinner, bake a small sweet potato with olive oil and pair it with grilled veggies. This fuels your legs for the next day. Repeat this pattern, mixing and matching the 7 foods, and aim to include each one at least 3 times a week. Now, let's add a touch of movement to supercharge your results. Exercise doesn't have to be hard. Try this. Every day, do 10 leg raises while sitting in a chair. Lift 1 leg straight out. Hold for a second and switch. It strengthens your thigh muscles, which are key for balance. Then, walk for 15 minutes, even if it's just around your house or yard. These small moves, paired with our foods, make your legs unstoppable. Here's a mistake I see all the time. Starting strong but giving up after a day or two, or thinking food alone is enough. The lesson: consistency is everything. Stick with this plan for 7 days, and you'll feel the difference. I challenge you to try it. Start tomorrow. Follow these meals and exercises, and comment below with your results. Which food are you most excited to try? These 7 foods and simple moves are your ticket to stronger, steadier legs. Don't wait until the fall changes your life. Take action now. Hit that like button if you're ready to start. Subscribe for more tips, and share this with someone who needs it. What if some vitamins you're taking are actually hurting your legs? Check out our next video. Seniors, stop taking these 3 vitamins. To find out, trust me, you don't want to miss it.